Is that the way it's gonna look? That's not good. Well, welcome in, guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can do something about that. I think I'm just gonna have to turn it off, but it's so cool.
It is so cool.
Well, that helps. One moment. Let's make sure the audio works. We're not using any microphones whatsoever, just the computer tonight. And just want to make sure that the audio works still. And I'm going to try something. Looked a little blurry, so I'm cleaning my camera. What is this? Whatever. I don't know. I'm going to hit OK. All right. Unfortunately, no neon sign because it was causing serious problems with the webcam. We're just using the webcam tonight because it gets tiring setting up extra cameras and whatnot. Let's turn this that way. There we go. Now we're centered. Looking like 90s pay-per-view.
Bringing back.
Anyway, welcome in, guys. It's been a while since we did this, so we'll let it roll for just a little bit. Looks like we've already got 44 people on, so can you indeed at least... Okay, sound is good, says Josh. Pixels, though. Josh, is it any better after I cleaned the camera with my shirt? It could be our internet connection up here. Is it really bad? I usually get a good connection with the computer. Well, that's what I normally use with a camera hooked up to it, so... Brian McCloskey in Vegas 3 weeks and using George. You won't be disappointed in George. And we love to hear that. And make sure you tell him, if you didn't already, that we sent you his way, because he loves that.
He does.
So, yeah, not great. It's a bit fuzzy. I guess it's the internet. Our son, I'm sure, is downstairs playing his PlayStation, using up bandwidth right now. Hopefully it gets a little bit better as we go. Because I looked it up, because I was worried about this camera, because I'm a nerd like that. And I looked it up right before we went online. It's supposed to be a 1080 webcam. So it should be HD. It kind of looks a little fuzzy to us, too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of does. Oh, well, let's get over it.
All right. Well, we'll get into it. Not that we have any kind of agenda. We just haven't done this in a while. How long do you think it's been? I looked it up.
6 months?
Linda's in. She says looks good now.
Oh.
It might come and go. It might be fuzzy for a while. Did you look that up? 6 months?
Am I right?
It's been almost exactly 6 months. A little bit longer, actually. It was September 19th.
Can't let me have it, can you?
The last time we had one of these types of live streams was 6 months
Everybody's
ago.
saying it's clear now.
Good.
Okay.
Well, hopefully we just had to, I don't know what the technical term would be. It's a real shame, though, that we can't have our sign lit back there. That was causing major problems with this camera. But yeah, September 19th was the last time we live streamed like this.
Mm-hmm. It's a while.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some stats. Since the last time we live streamed like this, we have added 7,601 subscribers. So there very well could be some people that have never seen us do this before.
True.
And if so, you're in for a real treat, because we don't plan anything. We just do it completely off the cuff. So Ashton's leaning in, trying to keep up with the comments every now and then.
Yeah.
Josh is moderating tonight only because, well, not only because, but I also, we have a couple other people that sometimes fill in. I forgot, just totally forgot. I only set this up 2 days ago. I'm going to hit that about 15 times.
All right. So some people checking in. I saw one from Scotland. Let's see. Someone else from, sorry, guys. Where's Beans been from Oregon, and Linda's from Oregon. So we've got a couple Oregon people.
Josh says, I've got a wrench and I'm not afraid to use it. By the way, tonight, it's Josh of Josh and Rachel fame. A lot of you guys in the chat obviously know who that is. If not, go check them out, Josh and Rachel on YouTube. We've done some videos with them and gotten to know them pretty well over the last couple of years. Great people. But like you said, he's got a wrench. He's not afraid to use it.
Not afraid. He's ready.
So any shenanigans in the chat, he will kick you out.
Couple people in Canada, Texas. Someone said you need to stay on at Fremont and tell me if it's worth it. Well, he has stayed on Fremont several times at this point now, I guess.
Maybe that's
places.
To you, because I've done it.
Oh, yeah.
No,
maybe.
If you look back, go to the videos on the channel. There's about 4 now, I've been the last 2 times. I've been to Fremont 2 nights each time, 2 different hotels each time. So we do have some Fremont content. Worth it? Completely subjective, because I would have told you 3 months ago that it wasn't, and now she's kind of making fun of me because she says I'm a Fremont guy now. So I don't know if I'm really willing to admit that quite yet, but I'm coming around to it.
He's coming around.
I'm coming around to
Yeah.
it for sure.
Let's see. Someone from Iowa, Louisiana.
Oh, Fremont, the hotel.
Oh,
Well,
I'm sorry. I was mistaken.
Fremont Hotel and
I'm sorry.
Casino.
Hold on,
Well,
I still can't see.
what's that? Oh,
I'm like, I just can't see.
well, you are in luck, because about a week and a half there will be a video about my stay at the Fremont Hotel and Casino. So you'll have fresh content on that one. I can't give too much away because then nobody would watch the video, but maybe nobody will watch that video anyway, because I'm a little bit worried that that's one that's not going to have broad appeal. But either way, it looks like we've got one person who's going to be really looking forward to it.
There you go. That's all it takes.
So anyway, since the last time we did this, yeah, 7,601 new subscribers, 185,000 watch hours on the channel, which means you guys have watched our videos for 21.2 years since the last time we did one of these home live streams. Like I said, I'm a nerd. I think that's just kind of fun.
It is fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
And it's April 1st. And I said that there was no fooling on this. No, this is, we were actually going to live stream tonight. But it's cool that it happens on April 1st, because March just ended yesterday, of course. And March was our best performance on this channel's history by quite a bit, actually. We added 1,591 subscribers last month, had 317,000 views, which is the first time that the channel has ever had more than 300,000 views in a month, and 38,000 watch hours. We set records on all 3 of those. So thank you guys so much for watching. It was a cheat month because there were actually 5 videos that came out in March, so that helped tremendously. But I'm not gonna, that happens.
So someone said, a Beach All Day guy says, Tipsy Ashton makes great videos or lives. Yeah, I am the party. I know.
It's going to be wild.
Someone's got to do it.
It's going to be a little bit before the tipsiness occurs for sure.
Yeah.
I have a dog in my lap right now. That's why I'm looking down.
Is that why?
Well, yeah. Hugo's in my lap here. So we had to leave him in the room this time around because they just sit outside and scratch the door if we don't. So anyway, what else we got? Who else we got in the chat, babe? Tell me.
Well, I'm trying. Outback Adventure says, why don't you guys live in Vegas? Well, family's here in Missouri. We have one kid that starts high school next year, so we'll have to wait to do any moving until that's guess he's out of school.
Yeah, and
jobs.
My job's not portable.
Yeah.
Yours could be picked up and moved. Mine can't. And it's a pretty good one, and I like it. I've been doing it for a long time, so I'm gonna stick with that. This is just a hobby.
Yeah. Sean Robertson said, hi from Kansas. Best brewery in the Arts District. We will be there Saturday. The Arts District. However, Josh and Rachel.
Ask Josh. Josh is with
Nevada Brew Works.
They love Nevada Brew Works. Yeah. We've never actually been to one.
And they actually just did a video on their channel that they did like a brewery tour around, that area. Yep. So check it out.
Just from the beer, having not been there though, I would go to Atomic Duck as well. That's probably the most famous, if you will, of the craft breweries in Las Vegas. And I have their beer all over the strip, and it's terrific. Able Baker. Yep. What did I say? I said Atomic Duck. That's their beer. Yeah. Able Baker is the brewing company, and Atomic Duck is their IPA, and it's fantastic.
And then someone said, who is a bigger gambler between you two?
I guess it would be me.
I guess. I don't know.
What's funny is that we don't really gamble very much, and the more we go, I think the less we gamble. Part of that's just because I'm busy making.
Although last time I won, I was 3 spins or something, and you were outside filming, and I even said, watch, I'll get a hand pay and whatever. Anyway, so no more than he walks outside, and all of a sudden I didn't get it was perfect. It was right under the hand pay threshold. Yeah. So
it was like $1,090 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move these lights back. I think that might be part of the reason it looks so washed out on that. Flurry is just sleeping on the floor. Hugo is whining at her
Of
feet.
course. Morgan Coleman says, "Hi, Jordan. Morgan from Ohio. Met you on the Fremont Experience and then at Circa in October." Well, hello.
Were you there with your parents or something along those lines? I remember this. It was like after the live stream, perhaps. I remember that, of course. Crunchy 71 with the $10 super chat.
Thank
Congrats on 40K.
you.
Thanks. Appreciate that. That is always appreciated. Super chats and super thanks. You can do that on regular videos too. Anybody can. Just wink, wink.
Someone, let's see. Yeah. So yeah, Josh and Rachel said Abel Baker and then Nevada Brew works for them.
Yeah.
Go to drink once you hit the casino floor. Mine kind of varies. Sometimes I'll do champagne wine. Sometimes I'll do like a martini.
I have two that I go to a lot. If it's going to be beer, it's going to be Stella. If the casino has Stella, a lot of them don't, but the nicer places do. Or if I'm at the tables, it's usually going to be a gin and tonic. Occasionally a Jack and Coke. Usually a gin and tonic. Nothing fancy, just something that is easy for them to bring.
Easy to drink.
Easy to drink. Josh wants to know what we're drinking tonight. Tonight we're drinking Weller Special Reserve in the big boy. Look at that. It's the size of my head. And I have a big head too. Got a lot of that right now, which is hard to come by, so may as well enjoy it.
Kevin said, "Is it warm in Wisconsin yet?" I don't know. I don't live in Wisconsin.
Somebody else might.
Oh, like I don't know.
DSD.SDs, whatever, however you say that. Do you book your own hotels using the plan and site? As a matter of fact, some of them I do. Not all of them. I mean, I'll go through the Players Club if there's a good deal or if I have a partial comp or something like that. But I have used Plan, gosh, I don't know, maybe half a dozen times already. And I have found rates
better.
And here's the thing: I would have told people before we got into the whole planning thing and started working with them. I would have told people never to book through a third-party site. I just never did. And I mean, you might still not be comfortable with it, but if you are, here comes Hugo.
Well, someone said to show us the dog.
I have found rates on Planning that are cheaper than Booking Direct. They're cheaper than any other site I've ever seen before. So, yeah, sometimes we do use Planning. So if you want to, don't just go to Planning and sign up. Use one of our links. So go to one of our videos with the link in the bottom, and then you'll be helping us out too, because we do obviously get a little bit of a kickback from that. So. Josh is also starting with some WSR tonight. So, yeah, Josh and I are kind of in a little bit of an arms race right now.
And I wish you guys need to stop. I don't know.
You started it, okay? When it comes to bourbon collecting, because we're collecting building up a stash. We're going to Kentucky this summer, and we're going to go visit several distilleries, and that got me back interested in bourbon again. I've drank it for years, but never really been interested in seeking it out, bourbon hunting, collecting, etc. Now suddenly, Josh and I found ourselves in an arms race, and he's winning. So
sorry, I got a head start. Our dog, by the way.
I got a head start. Now he's winning. So
I promise there's not a child screaming. It's our dog.
This is a dog. This dog, Morgan, is Hugo. We have a boy and a girl, both Frenchies, and the boy is Hugo. The girl's name is Flurry, spelled like Marc-Andre Fleury, the Golden Knights former goaltender. We thought French dog, French name. So anyway, Josh has less competition for the bourbon. It's not right. You can walk into a Wyoming liquor store and find it. You can't here. So
Missouri's too. They drink too much bourbon. Apparently, can't find it.
Too competitive here in Missouri. So anyway, we've fallen very far behind. So let me go. Much clearer with the light change. Good. Okay. Yeah, I just backed the lights up a little bit, and it's still a little washed out, but it's not as bad as it was. So, all right.
Darren. Oh shoot, I don't want to. I'll mess it up. He said something about how he used our tips from our channel. So I caught the very end of that, but thank you.
Good evening from Boston. Bourbon Cigars in Vegas.
We're going to be in Boston in October.
Yeah, we are going to be briefly, just to port out of there.
Is there any food in your hometown better and cheaper than in Vegas? Not barbecue or fast food.
Better and better? No.
No. Cheaper,
no.
yes, but not
There
better.
are only so we live in and around Springfield, Missouri, and it's a mid-sized city, like a metro of like 500,000, full metro. There's only maybe 2 restaurants in the entire city that I would put even on par with most strip restaurants.
Yeah.
And it is a little bit cheaper for sure, but yeah, this food's not. No,
we did eat one.
This is not a cosmopolitan
that's not
city
too far
by any
from
means.
us that we visit often. It's down in Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
Uh-huh.
They have a restaurant that is honestly very on par with the food quality in Vegas, but not near as expensive.
And like 1/3 the price.
We're going to be there this weekend.
We go there and just order whatever we want, and then we get the bill at the end, and I'm like, this is half of what dinner costs in Vegas at a nice restaurant. So that's always nice. We did get another super chat from BCDC 78 $6.99. Also Canadian. I assume the CA stands for Canadian. Yeah. 2 super chats tonight, both from our Canadian friends. Yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
That is so good. Bourbon cigars in Vegas. I knew I liked y'all.
Yeah, on the super chat, he says, "Is Fremont Street winning you over?" You probably weren't quite on yet whenever we talked about that, but I have to admit it. I mean, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. Now, I'm not going to lie because I always talked down on Fremont before. Kind of enjoying it now. Yeah. It might be because they're solo trips, and I think I'm a little bit more. She hates people, like crowds. She hates big crowds. And so Fremont is tough for her because walking around out there shoulder to shoulder with humanity is tough. But when I'm by myself, I'm able to just kind of, run around and have a little bit more fun because I'm not fun. I'm not as anxious around crowds as she is. So I can work my way through the crowd and not just be like, I hate this.
Okay. So we love your content. We will be in Vegas in June. What's your favorite hotel? Oh gosh.
Oh goodness. That's kind of loaded. I mean, that's going to change probably year to year because every time you go back to a place, it's a little bit different. And sometimes they get better, sometimes they get worse.
I really like recently, I love the Palazzo. It's kind of got everything.
Venetian and Palazzo, either side, you can't go wrong with.
I mean, obviously Wynn. I really liked Resorts World. I know that's sometimes not everybody's opinion, but I like Resorts World a lot. Fontainebleau's great.
Mm-hmm. And Cosmopolitan, of course, which everybody's a little bit concerned about MGM running that and potentially it going downhill. But I mean, I still had a great time last time I was there and my room was still good. There were a couple little hiccups, but I don't know if that had anything to do with them or if that just was age. But those 4 or 5, can't go wrong with any of those. Now they're all on the higher price.
Someone says, Tom Little says, are you guys planning to lean toward MGM future stays or look to prioritize other places? Stop moving it. I ask because MGM seems to be nickel and diming the most. So we tend to stay most at MGM properties, but Jordan's been staying at several different places recently, like on Fremont and Caesars properties.
Real quickly, super chat from Arthur Bacon for $1.99. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. That's the 3rd already of the night. So yeah, back to that MGM question. Well, MGM is done with me. They're done with me. They've noticed that I started coming and staying shorter times and gambling less because I'm going there to make videos. They started to notice that I was taking offers and then not returning the play. So literally right now we are MGM Gold and have no offers from MGM whatsoever. We're Gold because we have the credit card and we use it for like our entire lives. I have no offers. So I'm less likely to be back at MGM places in the coming year just because there's no offers. And I stayed at the mall. We've made videos about all of them. So I'm always looking for some place that hasn't been on the channel before, or it's been a while since it's been on the channel. So
someone says, do you have any, Morgan, sorry guys, I can't see. Morgan Coleman says, do you have any opinions on the future of the North Strip? Will Circus Circus even be around anymore? Will Wynn build another tower, hoping to see more action at that end of the Strip? Yeah, I am too. Like I'm excited. I hope that it continues to grow. And I think it needs to continue to grow to be successful. The problem is right now is, you have Circus Circus sitting there and, like right around that area, walking is not comfortable, even to like Fontainebleau. So
there's that buffer from Resorts World down to, and I know that Encore is really just kind of catty corner from Resorts World, But on the same side of the strip, it's all the way down to the Fashion Show Mall, and then from there it's Treasure Island, and now the Mirage is gone for a while. It's a long way of just nothingness. I love the North Strip. I like the properties that are up there. We really enjoyed Fountain Blue. We like North World, and Wynn and Encore are fantastic. And Sahara, I stayed at,
Yeah.
was really good at all. I liked it. So I mean, we love the North Strip. It's just going to have to. I don't think the Circus is going anywhere. I know there's been rumors about it being sold.
I would hope it'd be improved, I guess.
Let me rephrase
I
that.
don't know.
I don't think it's going to be, it may be sold, but I don't think it's going to get torn down, because I don't see anybody investing $5 billion to tear it down and build a completely new property there. And economic uncertainty and all that, once you do that, it takes 5 years before the new place is open. So I just don't see that happening. But maybe somebody buys it and refurbishes it a little bit.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool.
Makes it what it was back in like the 80s, 70s. That'd be cool.
Ben Herrera says, "Hi, Jordan, Ashton. My wife and I watch you all the time. Going to Paris and Cosmo at the end of May. Keep up the great work. Always great information and very entertaining." Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
I can't read that. Do you ever run into other couple bloggers, content makers, coin show, turn it up world, etc.? Yeah,
Josh and Rachel.
Josh and Rachel.
We
do
bumped
from
into
time to
some.
time. Yeah.
It's not something that we've ever sought out, or anybody has really ever sought out to, like collaborate with us or anything like that. We've bumped into a couple.
Oh yeah.
But really a lot less than you would think.
Yeah.
Not very much.
Let's see. Hi from Texas. Just wanted to thank you guys again for introducing us to George at JMC. We tried him and won't arrive in Vegas any other way. Yeah, George he's awesome. Like, he's such a nice guy.
I just got my Field Carnival comment.
You did.
Favorite hotel for Field Carnivals. That's a bit of an inside joke between me and it's only showing up as CB now, but Field Carnivals. Yeah, I would say Circus. I mean, that's the original Field
the
Carnival.
original
right?
Carnival.
So we'll move on from that. Nobody else knows that. Nobody else has any clue what we're talking about right now. So we'll move on.
When's your next live streaming in Vegas? Well, he's going to go back out there in April.
So I'm out there here pretty soon, middle of this month.
We were originally supposed to be out there this weekend, right?
Yeah.
But had to cancel. We were going out there to go see Motley Crue, and obviously, as you know, it got moved.
Somebody said in the comments today that it looked like they're going to have to kickstart Vince Neil's heart again. That's why they had to reschedule. But no, we were going to be out there. I don't know if a live stream is going to happen when I'm out there in April or not. The issue is, so when I go, I'm usually staying at 4 different hotels in 4 nights. And so I'm constantly moving my stuff, and I'm trying to make videos. And so by the time evening rolls around, which is when it's time to live stream, it's pretty iffy whether or not I can commit to like 2 hours of walking the strip and doing all that stuff. I try to get one done, but the last couple of times I've been to Vegas by myself, even I didn't do a live stream. The other thing is I almost need somebody to walk along.
For bathroom breaks.
You go to the bathroom, you want to buy a drink, things like that. Hold the camera while you do anything that you don't want to be on camera for. Bathroom breaks, or just to sit, anything. It helps to have somebody to walk along. And so if I've got one, I'll always do one. If I don't, 50-50.
Debbie Christopherson says, favorite overall restaurant. Ooh, that's hard. I don't know. I like a good, Las Vegas steakhouse. I like the kind of like an old school vibe. So I love Golden Steer. Don's Prime at Fountain Blue is amazing.
You're missing the one that you like.
Carbone.
No, you're missing the steakhouse that I'm sure you like better than both of those.
What?
Barry's.
Oh yeah, I love Barry's. Yeah, I love them all. Like
Barry's
I said,
downtown Prime at Circuit.
Yeah, all those are excellent. Like I said, I always feel like I have to go to at least one steakhouse when we're out there. I feel like that's kind of, and I love kind of that just old school Vegas vibe. That's one of my favorite things. You'll have to go down, and I'm not going to be able to do it because I'm going to mess it up.
Do what?
We're down at the end of our comment.
You need to scroll.
Yeah.
How far did I go?
It's.
Where were we? We were right in here.
Somewhere.
Right in there. So that is so good. It says, I'm gold as well. 1 comp offer for the Dirty Castle and the Pyramid. Also a credit card. Yeah, I mean, they understand that we're staying gold by having the credit card. And I mean, that gets you the free resort, the waived resort fee and the $100 dining credit. Worth it for that. But clearly the gaming offers just that we're not gambling like we used to.
Mike Rick says, have you ever seen a spa comparison video from the different hotels on the strip? Not really, just because you can't film in the spas.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
The only way you can film anything inside a spa is if there's no other people and you specifically get their
I
permission.
think we've only been to the one spa.
Are you?
No, two then. Red Rock. We went to Red Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
So two, which Red Rocks was
Yeah.
amazing.
So probably not. It's kind of a difficult thing. I also don't think, and it's not that I don't want to be original or anything, but it's also like I don't think that one would have super broad appeal either. And it's so hard to get done because, like we said, you can't film inside a spa. So kind of hard to do. Hi from Alaska. Going to be in Vegas soon. Cool. Right as it starts to warm up, probably in Alaska. You're gonna leave.
we just keep getting storms.
Big fan of your channel. Keep up the good work. Thanks. That's always cool. You know, I've met people in Vegas from Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
Not anywhere as far away as Malaysia.
Yeah.
Possibly Australia.
Yeah,
but
Australia.
That's pretty cool. Taking my wife to see the new Kids on the Block at Park MGM.
That'd be fun.
Not as fun as Backstreet Boys.
I do want to go see the Backstreet
I'm not gonna lie, I would go see the Backstreet Boys in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's right in my wheelhouse as far as age is concerned. You're almost a little too young for the Backstreet Boys.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Can you go down?
Mm-hmm. So anyway, sorry, we'll catch up with the comments here. Have we been to the Sphere? We have not. And so we've
been next to it.
Going to see the Eagles at the Sphere. We wanted to. We were going to be there this weekend originally. We were going to see Motley Crue. It was going to be kind of a belated birthday trip for Ashton and kind of a early anniversary trip for ourselves. So we were like, let's just go all out, see two concerts. Tickets to see the Eagles at the Sphere on the top row.
Sorry.
On the top row of the 400 section. On like SeatGeek or StubHub, secondary market, of course. After fees, $1,000 for two tickets.
Yeah,
$500 a piece for the top row, and we're like, well, I think they just priced this out of probably just about any concert they're ever going to have. We'll get in there eventually, but what are you looking at?
Oh, that hurts. I thought it was
windy out there.
Yeah, that's all it's been doing here, storming and windy.
Will YouTube ever be your full-time job?
I wish.
No.
But no.
No. Well, let me change that. If we had a blow up like Scout Outdoors.
Yeah.
It would take
a lot.
It would take like 250,000 subs and 1 million views a month. No, 2 million views a month in order for me to even consider it. So we're not even close to there. So I can dream, but no. Unlikely.
Michael Tate says, we watch you all the time. We there April, July, and October. Those are good months to go. We'll be there on the 13th. Keep up the great.
Not limo driver George. The other Las Vegas.
We have
advisor.
A lot of Georges in our life. This is the problem. We have to literally specify what George.
And our youngest son's name is Jordan, and we call him George. So like anytime we say house, nobody knows what George we're talking about. So George, our limo driver, is from Cuba. If you've ever met him, nicest guy in the world. I call him Cuban George.
And I tell what this George you call this George.
Well, sometimes I call the other George Greek George. You see him in the comments. He's over there. He says, "I know the sickest camera guy," and yeah, he was my camera guy for that Las Vegas Advisor coupon book. By the way, I was going to show that book and tell you guys if you haven't bought that yet, still available. That Show Me Vegas coupon code on the Las Vegas Advisor website still works. It gets you 10% off. Gives us a little kickback too. So those coupons. Somebody told me today in the comments that I was an idiot for using those for paying for coupons. And I was like, well, I did come out like $250 ahead in 2 hours. So anyway, people in the comments. Not normally though. Our commenters are great, like everybody in this thread right here.
Yeah. Someone says my favorite restaurant is Mon Ami Gabi. It's always amazing. Yeah, you know what? We've only been there one time. You were hungover, so we need to do it over again. I enjoyed it.
Oh, Mon Ami. Oh yeah. Yeah, you remember.
You tried to power through with Estella, and you were
And I told that funny story about how I was gonna lose a bunch of weight this summer. Remember that? And then you went to bed, and I went downstairs and played blackjack and had about 6 gin and tonics at the tables, and then stumbled back up to the room, and we said, "Here's to health." Yeah, that was good times. So, Hattie B's is awesome. We haven't been there.
No, I've not been to Hattie B's. I've heard good things about it, though. We'll have to try it sometime. Have you seen the High Roller VIP residence at the MGM behind the Coke store?
Oh, I think you're talking about the mansion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where all the rich and famous stay. No, we're not mentioning material by any means, and I don't think I could even get in there with a camera, especially with a small channel. So unfortunately, not. But
you can go down now. We're at the end of those stream of comments. Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
Ever since I scrolled, now it's not going to auto scroll for me. So wait. Now it will. I think we're there. So
sorry, we probably are missing some of these comments. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, we can't get every single one of them. That's just look who's in the comments now. It's George. He just turned his TV on. George, the other George, Limo George.
We were explaining how many Georges we have in our life at the moment. So.
JMC Transportation / Jorge Limousine Service. He's in the threads. Hey, George. See you soon.
Oh, there you go. Lee Kelly says, love to use George. In fact, we're using him later this month.
That's the third person in the comments already, George, I think, that has mentioned they're going to be using you soon.
Nick S says, is it true that Las Vegas got an NBA team? Not that I'm aware of.
No, but it will. It will
eventually.
It will happen. The NBA is looking to expand, but first they're probably looking at Seattle. And I think if they go to a 32nd team after that, I think strong possibility that it's going to be Vegas. It's a perfect fit for Las Vegas. The NBA is a perfect fit for Vegas.
George says, congratulations on your 40K milestone. Thanks, George.
There you are.
Oh, look, Peter Campbell says, has Stoke inspired you to move to an island with some goats?
So you've seen it. Who said it? Peter Campbell? So I said, without a scope blow up real quickly. It has nothing to do with Vegas. But we just Vegas. In our recommended, if you watch YouTube, especially on a TV, you get the recommended videos. One day there was this video. I bought an abandoned cabin on a remote island, and I clicked on it, and we got sucked into it. And now we watch all of this. Just some guy in Canada, super remote. He lives off grid, and his channel. He's had a YouTube channel for like 5 years. He had like. Suddenly, one of his videos went viral. Now he has like 300,000. He just came out of nowhere, and everybody's trying to figure out why did you send this guy to us?
I don't know.
But we can't stop watching.
We love watching.
He's living totally off grid in Newfoundland somewhere in Canada on an island, and it's crazy.
Does that say Eli for poker? I can't read that, or L for poker. Do you guys ever stay at off-strip hotels? Not often, but yes. When he stays on Fremont, we have stayed at Red Rock. We've talked about staying. Well, you're going to be staying at.
Are you going to give away my secrets? I'm going to go to South Point soon, so that's off. I mean, eventually we're going to get around to all those. I've just about saturated all the hotels on the Strip and almost downtown soon. So we will. I mean, Green Valley Ranch is one I want to go to. Durango for sure. What else? There's a few others.
I mean, you've been to the Palms. I mean, if you consider like.
Yeah, I mean, I stayed at the Palms. Yeah. Eventually we'll go to the Rio. I feel like so many people are making so many videos about the Rio right now that I'm going to let that cool off for a little while.
Oh, look, see, we do have someone. So hi from Adelaide, South Australia. So that's probably the farthest one. Yeah, I get it. I guarantee you it is the farthest one.
It's hard to get further away.
It's hard to get further away from there. Yeah.
Have we tried RPM? So we've both been to RPM at different times for their happy hour.
Yeah.
We have not eaten a full meal there
RPM. Yet. That's LPM.
Oh, I'm talking. Yeah, RPM. What is RPM?
That's at is it MGM brand? Shoot. I'm probably wrong. No. Caesars? No.
Oh, RPM is an Italian place.
Yes, I know it's an Italian place.
And where's it at? Josh,
I can't remember.
Josh, help us out.
Oh my gosh, why am I?
I would get LPM. Yeah.
Yeah. No, LPM's great though. I know it's not what you asked, but LPM's great.
Should I close the door now?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yep. Here comes Hugo.
Oh my gosh. Looks like well night for Jordan. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, so Peter says I'm in Nova Scotia and have spent time in Newfoundland. No ghosts were harmed. Yeah.
Yeah, they may be. I don't
If you
know.
guys were curious about this, just go look up Scote, Skote Outdoors on YouTube, and you might just get sucked in. It's crazy.
Someone said, or Mark says, have you tried Wally's at Resorts World? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We love Wally's.
Mhm.
Love it, love it, love it. That's kind of like one of my favorite things. So
Clark says, please remind Jordan to keep his feet off the furniture when watching TV. He commented about my feet being up on the coffee table at Nomad. Clark.
Oh,
I believe Clark is from Scotland. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's correct. And I said that that's what coffee tables were made for. So I'm pretty sure that's why coffee tables were invented, to put your feet up on. I know he's just kidding. RPM at Caesars. Okay. No,
was right. I
we
did
have
say
not
Caesars.
been there.
I did say Caesars. I'll let y'all know that. I said MGM Grand, then I said Caesars.
Very different.
Well, I said both.
But no, we have not. We don't have a lot of experience with Caesars Palace and Caesars properties in general, especially with the dining scene. So biggest hand pay, that would be none, because we've never had a hand pay.
I got really close.
Which actually you did
It
better
worked
than
out
a
better,
hand pay,
yeah, because it was right under.
She was just under $1,100,
Mhm.
so no taxes, none of that. So.